Welcome to Morning Messages. I'm Deborah. This is Purusha Intuitive. I hope that you're doing so well this morning. I'm sending you all the love and all the blessings today. I'm going to do a little bit of sage. Oh, I lost my just a little nug. The nuggie. We're going to call in, just cleanse the energy, call in the good spirits, guardian angels, passed over loved ones, whatever you vibe with. Angels, spirits, guides, universe, God, whatever resonates for you. The highest and best message. Cleanse the energy, cleanse the oracles, the decks. Welcome to the weekend. So these messages are timeless as long as they resonate. But I do them on the weekend just to add a little love, a little vibrancy when usually life slows down from career, work, to-dos. I mean, that might be changing now, but you know, where we have a little more freedom and time. They're supposed to be loving and inspirational. I do pull tarot as a heads up to clarify if a specific situation comes through, for sure, but I like making this more of a you-centric. I personally love pulling cards in the morning. It really helps set the tone for my day. It gives me clear insight. Okay, so the Dragon's Duel. Very powerful. Inner conflict, morality, conscious choice. This is so true, right? Because I think like oftentimes we come into these things in life where there is a little bit of, well, there's duality, right? It's the yin and yang, the light, the dark, masculine, feminine, however you want to understand it. And I don't know, I think a lot of it is about knowing yourself and how you want to show up in life and what life you want to live, and then making the choices accordingly. Because sometimes we do have to humble ourselves, take a step back, not say a thing, you know, just to keep the peace, to keep the harmony. And we end up feeling stronger and better because of it, right? This could be duality and conflict. Sorry about that. Reflection, guys. It's a bright morning. The hungry ghosts. Okay, so obsessions, scarcity consciousness, attachments. I love that because it really is like our choice. Sorry, I lost my thought. It is our choice for how we're going to look at a situation. You know, in my opinion, everything comes down to perspective. And the more we choose positive, honoring things for ourselves, the more they come to us. It's the law of attraction. Like attracts like. Quantum physics has proven it, right? It's not a bunch of mystical woohoo. It's actually legit. And I think it's one of the biggest lessons we have to learn in life, because it's way easier to point out what's not going right, what's not going our way. But there's always the silver linings. There's always the opportunity to see things a little bit differently. The keeper of the secrets. I love this. Fairness and balance, having that diplomacy. It's Libra energy, you know. Because the other thing too is if we start obsessing, if we put too much time and energy and focus on something that's not working, unless it's to problem solve, of course. But if we just keep ruminating about like how a person, place, or thing didn't go our way, blah, 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 it also steals our energy. Yeah, King of Cups, totally. Not being balanced, not having that emotional diplomacy. We can feel things, it can hurt and it can suck and be annoying, etc. But we also have the power, you know, in our own hands to choose how we show up. Just because someone or something treats us in a certain way doesn't mean, you know, like it doesn't justify like unhealthy reactions or obsessions or it can get easy to be sucked into people's drama, right? People's BS. Things that really aren't our business. I love that concept or that phrase, like, what you think is not my business, right? What you think about me, and this Ace of Pentacles is showing up as new beginnings. I love in the space of healing. We have the Starry Night, which is such a gorgeous Van Gogh piece. But the star is all about that healing and moving towards your wish fulfillment, right? The star lights the way, the path forward. And there is this energy where you're in a space of new beginnings. And I feel like this element of duality and obsession or fixation is very much being present in your life so that you can rise above. When you rise above, you know, you find this element of fairness and balance, right? I think it gives movement forward. It allows us to actually see things happen a little bit quicker in time. King of Pentacles, yeah. This is, you know, this is the masculine energy. It's earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I always look at this guy as like, you know, our long-term partner. Depending on, it doesn't matter, you know, what gender you are. It's just that element of being able to be strong and grounded in our life and in our achievements. It's such a beautiful vibration because it really is material abundance. Like, he's the dude who has it together, you know? He's the patriarch, right? And whether we're, you know, a female, a male, we have to know what comes after us. What becomes our own fears, our insecurities, places where that obsession takes root. We have to listen to our instincts. I think like the practical version of this is like just knowing yourself, right? Like, oh, well, if this happens, then I get triggered, you know, instead of like, you know, instead of living in that vibration of like, I got, you know, this person pissed me off and, you know, blah, blah, blah. Okay, fine, right? It's actually just looking at why did it piss you off? What was the trigger? What made you respond, react, etc. in that way? And when we can identify it, then we can be more cognizant of it moving forward. And depending on how deeply rooted of an issue it is for us will kind of depend on how long it takes to like uproot it, you know, get it out of our physiology, out of our energy, out of our being. And the devil is a lot, you know, unfortunately, there's a lot attached to it. Is that obsession, it is that control, the manipulation. It's more of our deeper, darker desires, you know, places that we are apathetic, complacent, angry, you know, controlling, manipulative, etc. And I feel like in some ways, like what I'm hearing for you is like, it's twofold, right? You might have a person in your life that triggers these things like we were just talking about. But this is also being really conscious of the places that you're letting things get the best of your emotions, whether it's, you know, what someone says or does or how a situation works out. Because again, it goes back to you being in control. And the limit becomes yourself, the Eight of Swords. When we trap ourselves, you know, from moving forward. And a lot of times that's because of fear, anxiety, you know, pride, arrogance. We feel like we have to be or show up in a certain way. Which is unfortunate, you know, because like I think sometimes if we would live more honestly and authentically and be okay with that, things would be a little bit more fluid and people would probably accept each other more. So new beginnings, fresh start, we see that all across the board. This is like a place you haven't been in a while. Maybe it's completely, the Fool is like brand new, clean slate. Maybe it's a little scary, but it's good. It's a blessing. It's leaving behind the BS. I love the 8 of Cups in this energy for you because it really does speak to the work that you're doing. So even though there might be some of this still in your energy, I feel like this is actually coming more from the outside, people that kind of suck you in, people, places, things, versus yours. And that's why I feel like there's a strong message that Spirit's saying, like, really, you know, be confident, rely on yourself, like, know that you've been doing the work, know that you're thriving and rising above. 11:11 on the clock. I love that. It's hard, right? Because I think sometimes the patterning is we get so used to doing things a one way, that we, I don't know, like it feels uncomfortable. It feels awkward. We do have to question it. It can bring some conflict up within our heart. The wisest men follow their own direction. I love it. These each have poems on them, and they're really beautiful because I think, you know, sometimes we just have to listen to our heart, our mind, our soul, what is within. The 7 of Cups is having too many options, or, you know, putting our energy, I'm hearing it also, right, like split energy, putting our time, our energy into too many different things. Then we're all across the board. Then it is hard to find that cohesion, the clarity that we're looking for. So when we start simplifying our life, it's a perfect time to do this right now. We're at the end of Piscean season. You know, we're about to start a new zodiac. New year. Is that a new year? It's so good to kind of eliminate all the excess hubbub, the things that we don't need in our life. Really just work on letting them go is what I'm hearing. The more we hold on to, the more we cling on to something that we can instinctually feel is leaving, you know, it just makes it like harder, difficult. It becomes the devil. It doesn't allow us to have the happiness, the freedom, the joy of just living, being present in each and every moment. You know, like I was saying earlier, we can't really control how other people do things, but we can control how we do things and whether or not we want to put ourselves in that space. You know, don't be fickle about it. I feel like sometimes we have that tendency to try to go seek out something better, the instant gratification, instead of working, refining and working what is there, the Emperor. It's a beautiful energy. Being more disciplined and diligent, following through. New love, partnership. New blessings come in, new opportunities come in, whether it's love or not for you. This talks about the more that we align with that value of listening to our heart, what is best for us, being honest, you know. Honesty comes through quietness, self-reflection, meditation, really diving into the why certain things are making us feel a certain way. Sometimes that can seem scary, but legit, it like gives us results, you know. 7 of Wands. So, you know, this is still a little bit of tension moving forward. This is interesting. Life is not a matter of holding good cards, but of playing a poor hand well. I love that. That's dope. Because, you know, like 7 of Cups, or 7 of Wands, excuse me, like it is this energy where we feel like we're doing all the work, and it is arduous and it's annoying, right? Especially when we're trying to break free from old habits, patterns, people, places, things, etc. So if you're not happy in your circumstances or in a situation, it's saying, okay, well, maybe I have to deal with this. Maybe I have to see it through. But how can I prepare myself for that time? What do I want? What are the things that I can control, the steps I want to make right now? And yeah, maybe it is going to have to be seeing a difficult situation through. But you will have the tools that you need if you put in the work now, right? Yeah, perception. I love it. Very beautiful. It's how we see. We can see things, you know. I mean, yeah, there's like the truth about the situation, but sometimes the truth is a little relative. But, you know, I love that God card, because God is that value of like oneness, all-knowing, the unified field, all possible aspects of creation. And so that being said, someone's perspective can be just as true as yours, because it's all one. And I know it's an oxymoron when they're two conflicting things, right? Like, how does that coexist? But that really is the, you know, that is the innate reality of life. It is duality. And it's beautiful. And it gives us, oh, guardian angel, yeah. It gives us, you know, what we need to survive and to thrive. I feel like that guardian angel is really about remembering that you do have the strength and support, whether it's physical, spiritual, energetic beings. Even if that act of surrender is a little scary, you know, being honest with yourself, giving yourself the empowerment, the strength to move forward, you know, being fair about a situation that might make you swallow your pride a little bit. You're still protected, you know. So I hope this helps, guys. I am sending so much love and blessings your way. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for all the love and support to the channel. It totally blesses my heart. Big thumbs up if it resonated. Drop comments below. Let's build and grow the community. All right, lots of love.